What's up, everybody? Jerry here, and welcome to another episode of 5-Minute Fitness Friday. I'm here to drop some knowledge bombs on you to help you on your health and fitness journey so that you can achieve the level of mastery that you like. Today, we're going to dig a little bit into your brain. We're going to dig a little bit into your sleep to see if there's a connection between the two so that we can see and possibly stop the development of Alzheimer's disease, which is the ultimate form of dementia. Many of us are totally scared of Alzheimer's disease, which is understandable. What we don't want to do later in our lives is be totally dependent on others to live our lives while at the same time not being able to know what's going on around you. So if there's something we can do now to stop that from happening in the future, we might as well do it, right? But it's yet to be seen, I'll say, as to whether or not that's the case. Before we get going, let's make sure we get the timer up and running so I don't have 25 burpees to do today. I haven't had to do any exercises in the last couple of weeks, so let's keep that streak rolling. We're gonna get going in 3, maybe. Timer! There you are. Let me reset my timer real quick. Actually, just set it because it's not set at all. While I do that, I'm gonna encourage you to sign up for our challenge, Quest for Your Best, which starts October 3rd and ends October 31st. For those of you who did the challenge last time, over the summer, you know what it's about, and I know you'll be there. For those of you who didn't do the challenge last time, no hard feelings, you can still sign up, and I encourage you to do so. Just go to Thriveology. Well, at any rate, go to our Facebook page, you can find it there. Now that my timer is set and ready, we can get going in 3, 2, 1, go time. So today's topic is about sleep and the development of Alzheimer's based on your sleep today. What researchers Matthew Walker, who wrote the wonderful book, Why You Sleep or Why We Sleep, which I strongly recommend that you read, and Joseph Weiner, I believe was the other researcher's name, they wanted to see if there was a connection between today's sleep and tomorrow's possible development of Alzheimer's disease. What they did, and if you'll humor me for a second as I use this ball to tell my story, if you can visualize this ball as your brain, and your brain's probably only this big if you have a big watermelon head like myself, but if you can visualize this ball as your brain, when you sleep, your brain washes itself of unwanted particles, most importantly, a particle called amyloid plaque. Amyloid plaque is important because high levels of amyloid plaque in the brain is related to Alzheimer's disease. So it's very likely that if you have high levels of amyloid plaque in your brain, you are either on your way or are going to develop Alzheimer's disease in the near future. That's not the only predictor of it, but that's definitely a high predictor of if you're going to develop Alzheimer's disease. So what happens is when you sleep, your body and your brain washes itself of those plaques and other things that cause yourself and cause buildup of amyloid plaques over time. So what the researchers found was a pretty significant correlation between lack of sleep or sleep deficiency and buildup of amyloid plaque over time. And they got to the point where they were able to pretty effectively predict the amount of amyloid plaque that was going to build up over time. Therefore, they're able to kind of look out into the future and say, hey, in 25 years, you might start developing dementia, and then that might lead to you developing Alzheimer's down the road. Because they were able to see that buildup of amyloid plaque, which, like I said, highly correlated to the development of Alzheimer's disease. So the question is, what was sleep deficiency in their definition? Most people think that you just need to focus on getting 8 hours of sleep. However, most research now shows that it's not necessarily just the 8 hours that you need to focus on. Yes, shooting for 8 hours is great, but some of us can get away with 7, some of us can get away with 9. The question is, how much quality sleep are you getting? Not the quantity of sleep, how much quality sleep are you getting? And that's what they found. It didn't matter if someone slept for 10 hours. If it was 10 hours of really bad sleep, that was sleep deficient. And they built up those amyloid plaques over time. But if someone slept for 6 hours, but it was 6 rocking hours of sleep, they didn't build up those amyloid plaques over time. So are you getting the quality sleep, not just the quantity, but the quality sleep that you need and your brain needs to wash itself so that it doesn't have that increased risk of developing Alzheimer's? If you're wondering what the best strategy to do that, and I'm glad you asked, if you're wondering, the best strategy to make sure you're getting high quality sleep is to stay away from lights at least 2 hours before you go to bed. And that means especially anything that emits blue light. That means your phone, that means tablets, that means laptops, and that usually means TVs, although if TVs are far enough away, usually they don't have a gigantic effect on your melatonin production, which is what puts you to sleep and helps you have that calm night of sleep. But definitely cell phones, tablets, and laptops, things that you're going to hold close to your face. Those things definitely need to stay away from at least 2 hours before bed. And if you can, try and keep the lights dim or off in your surrounding, like anything that's going straight into your eyes, overhead lights. Try and keep those things off or dim as you're trying to fall asleep, or at least 2 hours before you're falling asleep. Anytime that you can stay away from lights at least 2 hours before you fall asleep is going to help you increase the amount of sleep, quality sleep that you're getting, because it's going to not suppress that hormone melatonin, which helps you sleep and will improve your quality of sleep significantly. So, good story today. I'm glad that you humored me. I hope you got a little bit out of that one. Like I said, you might as well start doing these things today, because if it is predictable to some extent, that means we know if you're going to possibly develop something like dementia or Alzheimer's down the road. So you might as well start doing something about it. Turn those lights off, turn those screens off, get yourself some quality sleep that you deserve and that your brain wants so that it can be and function at its highest level. Until next time, my friends, here's to your success in health and fitness mastery.
Check out more of our health and fitness videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe so you never miss out on our new content posted daily that contains life-changing strategies.